Hey everybody, so my name's Sakanya and I'm assuming you clicked on this video because you want to know how to get into Cornell. So here are just some stats and some ECs on how I got into Cornell. I hope you enjoy. First, my little spiel, because this is very, very important. This video is definitely not to brag. I got in and I didn't cure cancers.
Oh my God.
Mind-blowing, I know. So that means you can also get in even if you didn't cure cancer. Also, one thing to note, I did fill out the common application for Cornell. So that's how I applied to Cornell. I'm pretty sure they're on the coalition application. Don't quote me on that. You know what? I'll put it here if they're definitely on the coalition application here or not. Also, you apply to Cornell not as a major-wise, but in the college. So there's College of Natural Arts and Sciences, I'm pretty sure. There's colleges of engineering, which I'm admitted into. I did not have a private admissions counselor. It was honestly just me, my high school counselor who had like 630 other students to like go through. So I set up a lot of meetings with her. I also met a lot with my English teachers. And of course, my parents, we discussed a lot. So also, this is important. I had no alumni going into Cornell. So I'm kind of like a fresh little chicken, if that makes sense. But honestly, enough of the spiel. Let's get started. Also, I'm going to be looking at my tablet down below because I have everything I need to say. So first, let's start with the basic stuff. GPAs, test scores, you name it. My GPA was a 4.0 unweighted and a 4.61 weighted. And my SAT score was a 1520. On reading and writing, I got a 730. And then on math, I got a 790. Really upset I didn't get that 800 on math. But you know what? College Board decided that she's not going to get an 800 on math. So next is AP exams. So I took 9 AP exams in total. And the really funny thing about my school is that you cannot take AP exams in freshman year. I don't know why that's a thing. In 10th grade, you could only choose between 2 AP classes. So majority of my AP classes were in 11th and 12th grade. So I will put the AP scores over here. Now for ranking. Our school didn't do ranking, but they had a different type of ranking. So it was like top 9%, top 2%, and then top 1%. I was in the top 2% of my graduating class of 630 students. So that is around top 10. All right, so on to my transcript. So 4 years is a long time. So I'm just gonna put the classes that I took over here. I tried to take as many honors and APs as possible if I could. So there's that. I also took 4 college level courses to get credit. All right, so now on to the honors. So as said before, I applied on common application. So we'll start with honors. On the common application, they allow you to have 5 honors. So I filled out all 5. So let's start with honor number 1. So honor number 1 was that I ranked 1 out of 9,000 in Kumon of North America. And I was the first student in my city to receive the passport award that Kumon offers. So I received this in 10th grade, and this was a state/regional as well as a international award. Honor number 2 is called the Sandhya National Laboratories Outstanding Achievement Award in Science, and I got that in 11th grade, and that was state and regional. So essentially what this award is that my school chooses 2 students in the entire grade, and 1 student gets it for science and 1 student gets it for math. So I'm the one who got it for science. And fun fact, my friend actually got it for math, and we're both going to Cornell, which is like flabbergasting if you ask me. Honor number 3 was 3rd place team in Avinash math competition, and I got this in 9th grade, so it's definitely been a while, and that was state and regional. Number 4 is I received 1st place in the Roar Academy Annual Original Oratory and Motivational Speech competition, and that was 9th grade, and that was also state and regional. Okay, and the 5th honor, which is the last honor, is I was a winner in Skills USA Technical Math competition. I got 3rd in regionals and top 15 in states. I received that in my 11th grade, and that was state/regional. So Skills USA basically has a lot of different competitions on different types of subjects. So I took related technical math. It's basically engineering math that you need to know to become an engineer. So I took that. All right. the ECs. They allow you to do 10 activities. I filled all of them. I will say the top 5 are probably the ones I dedicated my most time in high school to. Activity 1 was speech and debate, and I was a varsity speech competitor for all 4 years in high school. And I competed in 25 plus competitions. I was a 9 times top 2 Yosemite 4 Scenics League winner, or YFLs. They're just the name of competitions we have. And I was the Berkeley International Octa finalist. I was the California State qualifier twice, and I competed in original oratory, duo interpretation, and impromptu, as well as a few others. So activity 2 is science and math related. I was a content creator for my Mathmania channel, and I founded this YouTube channel to educate students on calculus and linear algebra principles. I scripted, filmed, and edited 100 plus videos with 60,000 plus views, 180 plus subscribers, and 350 watch hours. Obviously, this is a little bit dated because I submitted the common application like early December, so it's definitely a little outdated, but this is basically what I had on my official common application. Okay, activity 3 was work/paid. I was a calculus teacher in the local Kumon of my city, and I taught 50 plus students, and I graded 200 plus worksheets monthly, and I provided online feedback as well as in-person feedback, and I hosted award ceremonies for 150 plus families. And I did this all 4 years in high school. Next is that I was an independent programmer. And basically what this means is that I just tinkered with software projects on my own, as well as hardware projects. And I entered in a lot of competitions. I designed Dermacare, which is a iOS skin condition classifier. And I submitted that to the Congressional App Challenge, which is an international challenge. I also developed Signify, which is a English to ASL Python program translator. It's currently an app right now. I'm currently working on it. I deployed multiple websites on Amazon Web Services, and I demonstrated these projects at various different events. Activity 5 is that I was a Science Olympiad Dynamic Planet Division B coach. Basically, what this means is that I coach Dynamic Planet for middle schoolers. I coached 20 plus middle schoolers. I made and coordinated travel and registration for 100 plus students, and I led the team to top 3 in regionals and then top 10 in states, which was pretty neat. Activity 6 is volleyball. Fun fact, I used to play volleyball. I was also on the team, but then I broke my foot and I couldn't walk for 3 months, so I couldn't play volleyball as well as I used to again. So, wow, that was really depressing. I'm sorry. But anyways, this activity was that I was eventually a volleyball coach for the United States Youth Volleyball League, USYVL, where I led USYVL's first program in my city, and I coached 20 plus players, and they were all 7 to 12-year-olds. I coordinated county matches, and I did this 9th, 11th, and 12th. Not 10th because I broke my foot. Next is also related in the computer/technology realm, and that is I was a Girls Who Code alumni. Essentially, Girls Who Code is a summer program where you can learn a whole plethora of things related to computers. You can learn about cybersecurity. You can learn about game design. It's honestly really great if you're starting out with computer programming, or if you just want to test your knowledge and go deeper into a specific category. So I designed JS games, I explored data science and cybersecurity, I built a heart neural disease net, I engineered ciphers, games, and data visualization tools. And I did this in my 9th, 10th, and 11th. The next one is pretty much similar. I would say it's Code with Clossy, which is another summer program. I attended an in-person Stanford, California AI/ML camp. I engineered a sign language detector, which eventually was made into Signify. And I engaged with the Apple Pen, and then I applied Colab and Pandas to launch AQI data tools. So activity 9 was that I was a TEDx public speaking mentor. So basically, TEDx was a program that me and a few other high schoolers started where we would get applications from our local city, and we got like 200 plus applications. It was great. We then chose the top 10 applications, and then we held lessons and tutored them on good public speaking skills. And eventually they were able to take their speeches and perform it on a live stage, which was really neat. The last one, I was an independent course participant, and this was for Harvard CS50. Essentially, I just learned about computers and a whole bunch of this stuff, wherever I'm going to put it in post-editing. And yeah, I think that's it. And I will see you guys later.